Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to go through some top AA beasts for only £3 each. Let's get into it. If you do like what you see, make sure to go check out the Twitter channel where I've done an extra thread for you with more players to look at. So I've got Daniel Heber here, the German centre-back for Magdeburg in the second tier of the Bundesliga. At the moment he's pulling, as you can see here, from even the back end of last season to the start of this season, pulled up some really good scores. And now that Magdeburg have won last two games as well, they seem to be maybe hitting somewhat of a gear. So hopefully maybe they can carry that on. But in regards to defensively, again, he is no stranger to someone of like a positive AA, with the last 3 months being 19.2 and then the last month being 24.5. And the fact he's only £1.76, which is really good. His L15 obviously isn't low, but it's not stupidly high either. Or you could well put him in your second division Europe squads. And as you can see here, the man loves a home game, having hits 69, 80, 79, 87. Lovely scores there from obviously past season and current. And even with one of the lowest scores in recent times, he had an error leading to goal, which obviously brought down his decisive scoring down from 35 to 15. So again, he's hitting 23.3 worth of positive AA as well. So again, he's getting you in that 50s, 60s mark quite comfortably pretty much each time they have a decent game, or at least he has a decent game. But again, in the most recent weeks, from game week 419, where he started his good form at the moment, he hit nice 4 scores, all above 60, all from just AA alone. And so what he's doing at the moment is really good. Didn't have the best of games, it looks like, last game. So the next 2 games are going to be difficult as well, considering it's against Fürth and Dusseldorf. So if you do want to avoid them before the whole break is up, because as you can see here, from Fürth and Dusseldorf, from game week 433 to 443, there's a big gap of game weeks there. So obviously not weeks, but game weeks. So a little time away from the sidelines there, enjoying his winter break and holiday. So again, if that's another video you want me to do, guys, for players that don't have such a long winter break and literally only have a couple of weeks, then I'll do that next for you. Just drop a comment and like the video. But besides that, when he comes back, he's got some lovely little matchups there. So you can send the Wiesbaden, butcher that. Not gonna butcher the other ones, but he's against those lot as well. So again, some very favourable matches coming up. £1.74. As I said, from the next 2 games as well, he could possibly bring his L15 down a little lower, then in which case that would be good for us Sorare users, but only £1.74. I don't think there's much risk to this at all. Okay, and I've got a Clerk here. So Clerk is the next player, as you can see on screen. La Liga 2 player for Elche. That is obviously the second tier of the Spanish football. As you can see here, in regards to his scoring matrix, again, he puts up some lovely score. Not too sure why he's only £1.92. I think that's really cheap. Maybe the L15 is a little high, but again, use it for a second division Europe team. Elche, they seem to be back on a bit of a bounce back, a bit of a come up from what you can see here from the start of the season at game week 397. They lost their first initial 2, probably took about 8 points from their first initial 6-7 games, which wasn't obviously very ideal at all. But now in most recent weeks, as you can see here, they're starting to pick up some sort of form. Yes, they lost to Espanyol away, but apart from that, they haven't really lost a game in the last sort of 8 to 10 game weeks. And Clerk's obviously been a beneficiary of that with his obviously high scoring as well. As you can see here, just from AA alone, by the way, there is no decisives apart from here for game week 403, which he was unfortunately red carded as well. If anyone had that, would have had an up and down roller coaster ride there, given emotions. But apart from that, his most recent gaming is at 40.92 and 26.9, 26.8, 23. As you can see here, from the last 3 months alone, he's hitting 21.3, and then the last month is 29.4 AA. So definitely worth someone picking up. They're against Garteca, I think it's called, at home next. Real Oviedo are quite strong at home, so it could be quite a difficult one. But then Miranda's after that as well, again at home, and even Tenerife. So again, a break in between here between 434 and 441. So take that in mind if you choose to purchase this guy. But again, he's got some solid fixtures, at least 3 or 4 favourable ones right there for him. So that is going to be Clerk for you guys. Elche, £1.92. So again, we stay in Spain and we're going to go for Espanyol. And I've got Fernando Cero here for you. Really solid scorer. Again, for under £3 again. That's the point of this video, but £2.63. Averaging higher than that, so maybe pick him up while you can. But again, make sure you do your research, and this is why. It's because right here he has a random DMP here but I'm under the assumption that generally when that happens, it's generally like an injury, whether it's in training or whatever it is. Injured himself here, and then looks like he's been brought back after sort of some sort of fitness, and now he's been implemented back into the team quite safely, I can say. So again, someone who does some silly scoring. L15 is 60. Again, this is someone you want to use in your second division Europe team. I swear you can build a beautiful second division Europe team full of outfield players for like no more than £10. So yeah, definitely worth looking up. And if that's something you want to again see, guys, let me know and I'll try and make that happen. But anyway, back onto Calero. £2.63, has some good favourable matchups coming against Zaragoza at home as well, Andorra and Burgos. Again, big break, or not big break, just at least a few week break in between that little section here. Again, like the guy prior, he isn't someone who needs a decisive to be able to get a good score. Again, like 17, 56, 28, and that's all in the last 3 game weeks. And even there, his 17 AA was away from home against Oviedo in a 2-0 loss as well. So again, would have had another -8 points on top of that. So he's still getting about 25 AA. Again, ifs and buts, but again, he's obviously playing really well, and he's just got minus those points because of the whole team conceding in that particular instance. So as you can see here, the top 4 didn't have a very good weekend on the weekend just gone. Having all lost away from home, I believe it was as well. Legan's away from home, Gijon away from home, Valladolid away from home, and obviously Espanyol away from home. So home games are definitely a thing in all of football, especially here in La Liga too. So with them comfortably sitting in 4th place as well, if I say comfortably, there's no more than a few points between literally 10th and 3rd. But they seem to be quite decent at the moment. They seem to be in a good little run, apart from that, obviously, that recent loss that they had away from home. And then within regards to his AA scoring, in the last 3 months it's been 22.9, and in the last month it's been 34.1. So again, he's on good form. That is in 3 games because he missed this out, I believe, through injury. Again, do your own research, guys. But 34.1, wherever it is in 2, 3, 1 games, it's really decent scoring. So definitely someone you should have a look into. So I've got the first of the midfielders here. I've got Erdal Rakic, the Antalyaspor CDM, I believe he plays. He's got some good favourable matchups again coming up, and also a bonus about Super League, which I've told you guys in past videos, so make sure to watch those. They don't really have a very big break for winter. So as you can see here, a lot of teams were breaking between 4-3-2 to 4-4-1. Whereas they've got 4-3-3, 4-3-4, 4-3-5, and then they've obviously got a week or 2 break away between 4-3-5 to 4-3-9. So like I said at the very start, he's got some good fixtures coming up against Fatih, Pendik, Kasımpaşa, and then maybe even Allianspor. Could be well within their reach to win those games, if not for this lad to pick up some good AA scoring. So again, from what you can see here, from when he starts, he's from the last 3 months, he's getting 21.6 AA and 14.6 within the last month. So this is obviously when he starts, because as you can see at the top right hand corner here with the icons. But when he does start, it's like a nice little wave of motion, you know, it's going up and then down, up and down. That's because when it comes to more favourable lineups and more fixtures, he tends to sort of do really well in that instance. So like I said, when it comes to him, he's got some great matchups there. At least I think have a good matchup in 2 of those first 3 games, particularly because they're at home. So again, like I said, a nice little wave in form. So it goes up and down, up and down. But yeah, some nice favourable fixtures there for you lads. And at £2.11 for a midfielder, that goes through the winter break as well. He's definitely, I think, worth picking up. But again, do your own research. L15 of 55 as well. And again, he's just AA scores 42 here to get his 77. He has, obviously, if he chips in with a decisive, that's even better, because he's not just going to get you a flat out 60. He looks like he's going to get you a 70 plus, because he generally plays quite well throughout the game and gets some good, decent, positive AA scores. Anyway, guys, we've got Febas here. Again, another Elche player. For the combination of both that defender card and this midfielder card, you can pick them up for no less than about £4 or £5, which I think is really good value. Throw them both in your second division Europe team, and you've got a solid foundation there for a good squad who can hopefully push up that leaderboard. Again, obviously similar to his compatriot Cartega at home, winnable game, and Miranda's also. So again, you can pair him up in those two instances. In regards to his score, obviously I wouldn't say they're absolutely amazing, but he just does the job, and he does get some nice positive AA every now and again. So I think he needs an element of luck. Doesn't really tend to get any decisives either. He has the one decisive back in 417. But then apart from that, in the last 3 months he's hitting 17.6 AA, and in the last month he's hitting 18.7. So again, really solid for the price. So I've got Aitor Cordoba here. I know he's a defender, but I was just scouting then and I just saw him and I thought I had to put him in the video. Again, really solid for only £1.57 for Burgos as well. In regards to Burgos themselves, they are sitting currently 13th, but as you can see from Sorare data, in his all-round averages, he is the highest within his team. And again, he's got some nice couple of fixtures coming up as well. Probably the next two are the most favourable with Mirandes and Cartega. They're both playing, so that again, it could be both winnable games for that. Espanyol away will be difficult. Valladolid away, who are difficult, but if they're as long as Burgos are at home, they've got a chance of winning. And Legans again, a difficult one away from home. But then Albacete, they're at home, could well win it as well, and I think they should be firm favourites to win that particular game. But L15 to 54, L5 to 65, so it shows you what sort of form he is in at the moment. Again, his last 2 games he's over 40 AA, which is absolutely brilliant. Even just, yeah, obviously he gets the clean sheet bonus, of course, which is extra plus 10, but he's still getting above 30 AA. If that wasn't the case and they had scored. So again, perfect little player here for you. In the last 3 months he was getting 18.4, and in the last month is 29.8. So again, really solid, and definitely worth sort of the pickup around £1.50, £1.60 in my honest opinion anyway. Even in your rare, you look at 25.14, which I think is a really good buy for a player sort of like this, who's putting up scores like this, which is I think is really nice, and he seems to be doing it on a consistent basis. Of course, yes, he's prone to a stinker every now and again. All the players I've listed are prone to that. We aren't dealing with Mbappe's under £3, but we definitely have some who can hit those, those really dark peaks, 70, 80, 90 pluses. Anyway, guys, that is the end of the video, but just before you leave, I have up on screen here my X channel. This shows the most current threads that I've just done most recently. I've got the £3 forward cards, as you can see, all here. I've listed them all, told you the current price and a brief description of each player. And I've also got one of under £10 for goalkeepers in limited. Again, the exact same thing with prices, with a short description. So again, check that out, and thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe, please. It means the world. I'll see you all later. Bye bye.